Hi, Steve Barnes here, and I'm doing the morning magic thing where I am, let's see, I'm stopping the sound right here so that I can say hi to you without it. Let's see, oh, there we are, there's chat. Okay, and then hi. So we are discussing things, and I like to talk to you before I get into my work day, so I'm still wearing my robe. I wake up in the morning, I drink my tea, I have my robe, and I think about life. I always start every day thinking about life. I spend an hour just getting my head together, wrapping it around what I think is true and valid. And this is something I've been thinking about for decades of my life. But the last couple of years, I've been really focusing because my son, Jason, is so important to me. So I wanted to talk about some things that have happened recently that have clarified some things for me. So arguably, this last weekend, Jason took his first real step on the path to manhood. And there are some ways in which that is true. Let me check the sound here. Yeah, the sound is fine. To the degree that adulthood is about taking responsibility for your actions, emotions, and upkeep, money is the passport into the land of adulthood. It's where all the adult goodies can be found. There's nothing more miserable than people who do not have adult command of the basics but want the adult goodies. Guys who are broke who want to date beautiful, intelligent, successful women. It doesn't work like that. Women who have not, that's men who have not mastered their power. Women who have not mastered their beauty, who want powerful men. This doesn't work very well. Anyway, what happened here that's important is that 2 weeks ago he said he wanted to be an extra in films. That's desire. So you look at that Think and Grow Rich thing, I carefully probed and found that he actually did have a belief that he could do this. And I realized that we have connections. My wife and I have connections and specialized knowledge to help make it happen. In other words, we could make plans, and if he was committed, create a mastermind within our family, reaching out to allies we've gathered along the way. And all he had to do was take steps like creating photographs and audition MP3s. A reader hooked us up with a podcast opportunity for him. So in other words, we had a look at the magic formula. We had a map or model. We could supply that as well as connect him with people with real experience. We could define the actions he needed to take. He was expressing positive emotion, gratitude for his family and opportunities, and does his changes, the NLP swish patterns that we anchor into his body. I had clear intention and felt that his action was aligned with his joys and his true feelings, being his core, in other words, and would lead to service. He was talking about wanting to change and heal the world. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Do you note that? Do you see how it's all steps of the magic formula? Now, here's the thing. If you can understand this, you will understand this system. He was also able to map this process on the steps of Think and Grow Rich. So when you can map it onto two different models, both of which you have confidence in, you are starting to see what Musashi Miyamoto referred to as perceive those things that cannot be seen. You're entering the invisible world at that point, and this is fantastic. So it's like the adult Jason popped out of his mouse hole and said, "I've got this handled," and actually did the things necessary to take a step along that adult path. This is different. And it's wonderful. And it's also nest building in the sense of being able to support, build, protect a nest and the little chickadees within it. I can 100% promise you that a healthy, self-loving, intelligent female of his species would have her hindbrain go ding, 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 ding. And a handsome young man who's taken real steps toward building a life and is loving and happy and positive. It's like, wow, what's not to like? This is amazing. All he has to do is keep taking these steps and keep noticing his results and making small, effective changes. And his life, he's on the path of his life. And with a set of tools that are vastly better than the set I had at his age. So he should be able to outperform me. I've heard it said that the single piece of information, well, let me check, by the way, just to kind of see whether or not there's anybody that is saying anything over here, just in case I had a question. No, there's no questions at this moment, so that is cool. I've heard it said that a single piece of information that a time traveler could take back thousands of years to accelerate mankind's progress would be the atomic theory of matter. I kind of think that the germ theory of disease would also be a good idea, and the notion of equality across lines of race and gender. Give us those three things to me, and society moves forward a lot faster. They would have changed the world. So if I'm using a belt system like you have in martial arts, it's often, white, yellow, green, brown, black, or something like that. It varies. But I'm just using it because I understand that belt system, having gone up through it in three different arts, gone up to and gone up to brown belt in a fourth art. Asking, can I use that to help me define the steps within Fire Dance, this system that I'm trying to create here, a system of internal and external change. And I kind of think that it is possible to do that, which is the minimum number of things that I get started with on the white belt level. And today, I mean, I could change my mind tomorrow. I probably will. But today, it feels like the most important things are first, what I call the 5-minute miracle. 60 seconds of deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing at the top of the hour, at least 5 times a day. Give me that. Second thing, the concept of the 3 centers, the belly, brain, the heart center, the head center, and the notion of awakening them bottom to top. People's wounds and weaknesses will always show up in one of these 3 areas. The more accurate the reality map, the more balanced and brighter, greater amplitude in these centers. The 3 gates. Asking, is it true? Is it kind? Is it useful? It's an entire ethical system in a box. I mean, you can evolve any ethical system starting there. This is even though it's just tiny, only fewer than 10 words. It's the implications are fantastic. The Eightfold Path of Buddhism can be derived from it, and if you're dealing with someone who will not commit to the 3 gates and you see dishonesty, cruelty, or lack of error checking and progress in their lives, you can guess you're looking at damage. So those 3 things, I think, form the most basic level of the Fire Dance system. I have to think more about it, but I'm pretty sure that anyone who embraced all 3 would be on a generative life path. But let's add just one more. Okay, D. Okay. So A is 5-minute miracle, B is the 3 centers, C is the 3 gates, and D, the fourth and final one for the white belt level, is the meaning of life. And the meaning of life is to escape suffering, embrace joy, and be of service. D is actually an outgrowth of the first 3. A person who prevents stress from becoming strain, the 5-minute miracle, and is disciplined and focus, who addresses the 3 centers, will naturally move away from pain toward joy. All creatures do to the limit of their ability. And asking to follow the 3 gates would increase their amplitude and congruence to body, mind, and spirit, as well as their capacity to function within a community in a healthy way. They would heal, experience joy, and feel safe enough to expand their sense of self to include first a beloved, then a family, then a community, and from there to embracing all of mankind. On average, not everybody wants to marry, not everybody wants to have a family, but hopefully you can see that we're talking about the average human being. A, B, C, D. 5-minute miracle, 3 centers, 3 gates, and the concept that escaping suffering leads to the potential of embracing joy, and having joy opens the door to being of service. We could spend lifetimes just digging into these 4, and I kind of suspect, some of the other things, you get to the magic formula and you get to Think and Grow Rich's principles, but the white belt, yellow belt, green belt stuff, this is basic stuff, and that means I've got an entry point for you. If I can help you to understand these basics, you can go off and do your own thing. I can't think of a single major thing in life that cannot be cultivated from these 4 basics. And as they say, the elements of advanced mastery are nothing but sophisticated basics integrated to the level of unconscious competence. this seems reasonable. If you have any comments, questions, requests, or challenges about any of this, please put it in there. Put it in the comments. Please like this. Please share it with your friends if you agree or you think that there's something interesting happening here. Ask any questions that you have. I'll be glad to try to address them. And if you'd like to be part of our Zoom meetings on Saturday, just drop me your name at www.stephenbarneslist.com and I'll include you. And you take care. And that's all for today. I'm going to do my yoga and